COVID and essential oils for mental health. It has been a tough couple of years for many people. And as a mom, I wanted to share with you the success that we've had using essential oils for mental health support and how you can navigate emotionally through COVID. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Stacey Paulson, health and business coach and mother of 6 kids. I believe people have more potential than they ever thought possible. And I'm obsessed with helping women break free from emotional and physical challenges holding them back. And if you feel called for more, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and bell notification so that you can stay connected. So let's think about some of the emotions that we have gone through in the past couple of years. And these aren't new to us. We've experienced these, but it's amazing that the whole world was experiencing fear, loss, grief, confusion, anger, isolation, stress, hopelessness. And I want to tell you that there is hope, especially if you're struggling right now, either yourself or a family member is struggling emotionally, because there are things that we can do. Essential oils are really powerful for helping to shift us out of certain emotions and to feel more of the emotions that we want to feel: confident, strong, capable, brave, happy. And if you haven't seen the video on essential oils and emotions, I will link that up so you can watch that to understand how essential oils work with supporting our mental health. Now, with that being said, I'm going to be sharing some stories, my own personal experiences with my family. We have 6 kids, and there were a lot of different things that were going on, and how we were able to use essential oils as a support, among other things. And I would love to know your story. Where were you February, January of 2020? What are some of the things that you have had a challenge with? Please post them in the comments. I want to know what's going on now, what you've been through, so that we can support each other in this community. Let me tell you about where we were, and then I'm going to share some of the challenges that we've had, some of the good things that have happened, and some of the routines that we have used with essential oils and some other things that have been helpful for supporting our mental health. So my oldest son, Caleb, he was in Taiwan serving a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He was off there about 20 years old. I had a junior and a senior in high school. And just imagine, if you can go back to that age, like what was important to you at that time? Your friends, the activities, the dances, the sports, all of that going on, just canceled, especially for your senior year, thinking, this is it, not coming back. So there was a lot of struggle with loss and grief in that way. For my son and my daughter, who was a junior, Ellie, it was her recruiting year for volleyball. She had spent years and years and years of practicing and training and struggling and sacrificing financially and time to be at the best place that she could be that junior year for recruiters, and everything was canceled. It was like all of that was for naught. I had a son in junior high. So if you have kids in junior high, remember back then, it is all about friends and playing, and what was shut down? Friends, playing. We had to be afraid of friends, and especially till we knew really what was going on, wanting to be cautious and supportive of others who might be really concerned about COVID, and maybe they've already been impacted by it. So wanting to be careful, but then also taking care of our kids' mental health and not living in a state of fear. Then I had 2 who were in elementary school and homeschool. I mean, talk about crazy. For those who don't do homeschool and then have this brought into your home and you're managing that, you have your whole entire life to manage, but then you have other kids to take care of their schooling and make sure they're staying on task and they're getting along with each other and they're just getting the things that they need all at once. And I know that you have your own experience. Like I said, I would love to hear in the comments what was going on for you at that time, but it was pretty crazy. We did have some fortunate things, and I would like you to post those as well in the comments. What things could you be grateful for at that time? I was grateful that we had a business that was thriving. Many people were in fear of losing their jobs or cutting back, working from home, trying to navigate that. And I have a business with essential oils that is thriving, and it was booming during this because people were looking for natural ways to take care of their health. We also had a second home that was a few hours away from our home that we went to, that we could isolate, and it wasn't tempting for our kids to just be out in the streets with their friends because they were home. So it helped me that they were taken care of. We had this place. It kind of felt like a vacation. So I was really grateful for that. And also I was really grateful that we had essential oils and knew already how to use them to support these different moods and emotions and challenges that we were facing, not just physically that were coming up, but also emotionally. That knowing if I had a child who was really struggling with grief and loss or hopelessness or feeling really down, maybe in a dark place, that I knew the essential oils that could be helpful to shift that for them. So I'm going to run through just quickly the routine, things that are important as far as mental health support, and then I'm going to go in detail with those a little bit more. So number one thing that impacts our mental health is nutrition. Now I know like the CDC, they didn't give a lot of like actionable items other than isolate, wash your hands, those kind of things. But our nutrition plays a huge part in our mental health. We have more neurotransmitters in our gut than we do have in our brain. And so if our digestion isn't working, if we're not getting the nutrients out of the food that we need, so it's not really about what we eat, it's really about what we absorb. And if we're not absorbing those nutrients, then those neurotransmitters are going to be impacted. And then our emotional health is going to be impacted. So nutrition is a huge thing, and supplementing when we're not able to get all the nutrients that we need. Diffusing oils. So it was really important for us to know the oils that we could diffuse for boosting our mood. If there were different moods that maybe around fear, needing more confidence, during study time, during sleep, that there were essential oils that could help shift our moods to support how we wanted to feel. They're great for purifying the air. This was also something that we could take action on, that I wanted things that we could be proactive about during this time. And so diffusing essential oils, using essential oils, and some of these products that help with digestion, supporting our immune system, as well as our mental health were really important. Also, exercise, movement. So some of the suggestions were like to isolate and you would be alone and there might not have been a lot of activity going on, but our bodies were made to move. And when we move our bodies, they will produce those feel-good chemicals on their own. So through exercising, we can tell our body, like, start producing these things. We get dopamine, epinephrine, we get serotonin, and our body is able to produce these. And oftentimes we were triggering those feel-good chemicals to come through things like social media, through the different news outlets. You know, here's the new story, the latest thing, this going on, that going on, and that would just be a hit of dopamine. Binge watching videos, how many of you did that? I know I did. I went through my share. Food consumption. Food can also give you that comforting, emotional pick-me-up for a short period of time, and drugs can do that. Whether they're synthetic, legal, illegal, that they can do that. And so exercise is a natural way that we can boost those, along with essential oils will help with that. And then the last thing was sleep, because if we are deprived of sleep, then it impacts our emotional well-being. Our bodies heal and rest and rejuvenate physically and emotionally when we are sleeping. And so we wanted to make sure that that was part of our routine. So briefly, how essential oils work to impact our mood and emotions, but you can watch more in the video that I'll link up in the card here or down below on emotions and essential oils, and also essential oils for grief or overwhelm, fear. I have videos specifically for those. But when we breathe in those oils, it goes directly to our limbic system. The oil molecules then attach to receptor sites within our brain. And essential oils, because of the nature of how they're made, many of them pass the blood-brain barrier and can quickly become a part of our body into our bloodstream. But sense of smell is one of the strongest senses that we have. And so when we smell in those oils, we have a predictable response to certain smells. So citrus oils are very uplifting. The predictable response for when we smell them is that we feel uplifted and happy. And so knowing what essential oils will create certain predictable responses, we can use them strategically to help with our mental wellness. So let me dive into my morning ritual and evening routine that helps support my emotional well-being, as well as helping my family, my children, to get into routines that would support them as well. So morning routine for me has always been that I wake up and I pray and I read from a good book, whether that's scripture, other uplifting books, that I'm feeding my body with good things and I'm connecting to God. Exercise, again, those feel good chemicals in the morning, early for me. And then I do what's called the 5-minute journal. If you haven't done this, I think you can get it for free. It's an app for this year, but I'll link that below, the 5-minute journal, which has been great to just get centered on priorities, what's important, how I'm feeling, some affirmations. I love that journal. The second thing that I always did and continue to do is I take a supplement. It's called Lifelong Vitality. And there are essential oils in there, but it's also all your vitamins and your minerals, phytonutrients, micronutrients, your omegas, and also some essential oils in there. Helps with digestion, helps get the nutrients that it was hard to be tracking. Like, did I get enough vitamin A and C and D? And I'm not a tracker. So I want to just make sure that my body is getting what it needs so that it can function optimally. And I'll tell you, my experience with this is I was having some health challenges 10, 11 years ago that weren't being resolved through traditional Western medicine. And I started changing my nutrition and I started taking these supplements, and it boosted my energy. It boosted my mood because I was dealing with low moods at that time. It also helped with some inflammation and pain that I was dealing with. And so I've seen the power of those and just boosting my energy. So making sure you're getting the nutrients. I take the Lifelong Vitality supplements. I'll link those below. But also helps to support your immune system, which, during the past couple of years, that's something that we wanted to do. So make sure that you're getting the nutrients that your body needs. The second thing was in my kitchen, after I take my supplements, I fill up my diffuser. So I have a diffuser, I put some water in it and the oils that are great for the day. One of my favorites is lemon eucalyptus. This has been a go-to life-saving changer, whatever. Like, it's been amazing the past couple of years. And it's super potent. I have a video on that. I'll link that up as well, that you can watch all of the benefits of lemon eucalyptus essential oil. But it's great for your mood. You can also diffuse oils for immune support. On Guard is a great protective blend. So depending on the day, like how were we feeling emotionally, physically, would determine what I was putting in that diffuser. And then also I would eat a healthy breakfast, and I would fill up my water bottle and make sure that I drank a couple of these big water bottles throughout the day. That was the morning routine. The essential oils actually work better when you're hydrated. You can put essential oils, if they're doTERRA oils, you can put them in your water. I would put lemon in there, tangerine. I love the citrus oils. It's a natural detox and also helps support your digestive system. So again, we want to be absorbing those nutrients because we want to support those neurotransmitters that are in our gut that send signals to our brain and impact our mood and emotion. So that's the morning routine. So the evening ritual or nightly routine habits that we get into are really impactful as well on our emotional and physical health. So I would pull out my phone and do my 5-minute journal review. So went through my day. Did I do my priorities? What went well? What could I have done better? You can take a picture, document the journey. And it was just really good to be able to stay focused and eliminate distractions, because the news, social media, those kind of things could be distractions and it can weigh you down. You start feeling how they're posting or what they're reporting, and it just becomes a part of who you are. And I didn't want to feel like that. And so the 5-minute journal for me was just a way to focus on the things that were really important. So you might try that out, or some journaling yourself, and then shut off electronics. I would put in my diffuser next to my bedstand, blends that were calming, relaxing. And then if I had trouble falling asleep, which I never used to have a problem, but it seems within the past few years, sometimes I do, I pull out Serenity soft gels. So this is a blend of from doTERRA that has been phenomenal for me. I would take 2 of those. Every single time I've used it, I just fall asleep, stay asleep, don't wake up groggy. I have a video on Serenity and also on sleep, things that you can do if you're needing support with sleep. But that's really important because our bodies heal physically and emotionally during that sleep time. So that's something you don't want to scrimp on. And I know a lot of people have gotten bad habits of whether they're staying up late, sleeping in, and it's just not good on your mental, emotional health. And then the last thing is a foot massage. So I would just give myself a little foot massage. My kids needed a little foot or a back massage. You can use the oils for those. And I will link below my diffuser blends that I love. that you can use for boosting your confidence, for sleep, for carb cravings if you're dealing with things like that, for focus. They're a gamut of different diffuser blends that you can grab. So you can grab those below. And then also, as needed, these were things that could support mental wellness. And depending on my kids where they were at, we used a bunch of these different options. So adaptive capsules, this is a blend, an herbal blend that has been great for those anxious feelings. So if you or someone in your family has challenges with stress or feeling anxious, and anxiety really is where your fear of the future, it's future focused and fear of the things coming. And oftentimes depression is like in the past weighing you down. But I really love adaptive, and I had several kids who have been taking those, and I can just see the difference that it makes. My daughter just said, like, I just feel happier, I feel better, I feel like I can deal with what's coming, and in a way where I don't lash out at people, right? So it's been really helpful for her. Like I said, the Serenity capsules, if you're needing support with sleep. Also, there are, in those diffuser blends, there's some for confidence. So this might be, you might have children who are struggling with confidence at this time. Maybe they've had challenges with school, fallen behind, or re-engaging with, society. There are just so many struggles and individual unique struggles that we are impacted emotionally. Motivation, that was one that I was dealing with, was a lack of motivation. I felt like I was stuck in the mud. So there's a motivation blend, a Be Happy blend that I really love, a liquid calm. So if you're just needing calming feelings, like I said, with the curbing cravings, if you have gotten in bad habits or you're eating emotionally, there are essential oils that can support you in that. Kids with schoolwork, staying on track, there's focus blends. But all of these impact our mood and emotion. So I hope that you'll grab those. And if you have any questions or comments, please share them below. And you can go ahead and subscribe and watch these videos that are coming up, essential oil tips and some other videos that might be helpful in helping you to navigate this essential oil world and emotions during COVID.